and welcome to another episode of From the Script to the Screen, Bleach Edition. Episode 31 of 1,000 Year Blood War is out now. So as always, you guys already know, gotta give a shout out to the creator, Tite Kubo, and want to give a shout out to the Studio Perriot Films. Appreciate all parties involved. Another dope episode. They jumped into volume 69, covering 4 chapters, 621, 22, 23, and 624. And what I loved about this episode is that it started and ended with grand entrances. So right in the beginning, of course, we know that the King of the Quincy's has been doing whatever he wants and has taken the Soul King's power. So unfortunately, he was able to flip what Ukitake did, and he was able to use the right arm of the Soul King and shot it back down to the Soul Reapers. So we see Aizen make a grand entrance because while the Soul Reapers were trying to kill all the little monsters with their swords, they were being overwhelmed by the sheer numbers. And we see Aizen come in, and like he says, instead of trying to kill them with your sword, you could eliminate them with your spiritual pressure. And so definitely, right off the bat, my favorite panel of the week. Shout out to Aizen. He showed that he's a problem. Now, I'll be honest, it's been a while since I've seen the main series, but even though Aizen, of course, was pretty powerful, I alluded that to the modification that he made on himself and things like that. But we see here that just the spiritual pressure alone is something to be feared. He adds to the fact that if they wanted to get to the royal palace, he'd be able to just shoot it down instead of them going up. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that was part of his original plan, having to do something with the royal palace. So we see that he's still infatuated with it in a sense, because he mentions how the person that beat him was able to get to the royal palace first, talking about Ichigo. So maybe that's something that we'll get more information on at a later point. But with all that being said, we see that just as the Soul Reapers are preparing to launch their attack, some of the other Quincy's step in, because we see that the King of the Quincy's, Yuwaha, at least that's what I feel like it sounds like in the show, has been doing whatever it takes to take down the Soul King. And some people feel like they've been left behind, tossed to the side, just for this one person. So they have a grudge of their own, and they decided to join forces and are now going up there. So it was a little bit more laid back, kind of in the middle of the calm after a storm and right before another one. We see Ichigo wake up, and he's already been healed by Orihime. And like I mentioned last week, even though they switched it up from the manga, what they added was just the one-on-one between him and Ashita, which was pretty dope. And they were able to just tie it back in. Even though we didn't see it, you could assume that they retreated, were able to get Ichigo before they fell down too much. They're back on the platform where Squad Zero fought with basically the King of the Quincy's lieutenants. And we see that they've been able to heal each other and are also ready to launch another attack, Counter-Strike. But like I said, we see the episode end with a bang, because we see another grand entrance. And just like I said in my Funko Pop video earlier, we see the boy Grinjaw make an appearance. And so it appears that they're going to be getting help from the other side as well. Of course, the circumstances are severe, grave circumstances, because they don't necessarily know what the Soul King wants to do. They assume he's going to favor the Quincy's. And so, of course, nobody wants to lose their way of life. So we'll see what happens next week. But as always, let me know what you guys thought about the episode. To the manga readers, let me know what you guys thought about the adaptation. Till next time, peace.